I cannot believe what I see. We finally have a flawless HDR game on the PC. No settings, no tweakings required, no black level, no SDR to HDR conversion, no tricks. It just works. Jensen. I cannot believe it, man. The game supports the system level calibration, which is something that we see with these new games coming, and that's something very good. But in all the games that I've seen supporting the system level calibration, you have to lower the black level, because for some reason all the auto HDR supported games and even these native HDR games that are supporting the system level calibration, for some reason they have the black level raised, so they are limited within that full container. But you don't want to force limit it on the TV, you just want to lower the black level because you do not want to affect the white point. But this game is just perfect, man. I cannot believe it. I'm like, something has to be wrong. And I'm testing again and again, going back and forth with the settings, and let me take a nap. Maybe it's my eyes, maybe I'm tired. So let me take a nap, wake up again and test it again, because this has to be wrong. How? It is possible. So I know now it is possible. Let me know. I am in a state of disbelief. I am still willing to accept that I am wrong, because this cannot be. I thought that the only way to resolve this issue was going to be with a Windows update or an NVIDIA drivers or something from the system level, not from the games themselves. Of course, native HDR games with sliders, some of them, they do have perfect black level. To my mind comes Elden Ring, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Far Cry 6, The Division 2, it has the black level raised, you have to lower, Fine Tune Dark Areas -5. So most games have this issue on the PC, and especially the games that support the system level calibration from Windows 11. So yeah, this is the first one. So it is possible. It is possible. How they did it, why we have this issue, I don't know. Maybe these developers, they never test the game, with a TV. Maybe it's an HDMI 2.1 problem. Maybe if you use DisplayPort with one of these QD OLED monitors, if you have an Alienware QD OLED or this new Samsung G8 that just released the OLED version of the G8, maybe if you have one of those, let me know. If with DisplayPort maybe there's no washed out picture, but on this LG C1 with HDMI 2.1 it's the same problem, the same issue on most games, same black level raise. So for me to see this game perfect, I'm like, this has to be wrong, man. So I'm like, turn off the lights, which I always play on a dark room, but I'm like getting my eyes close to the screen to see the black parts, to make sure, lower the black level. Of course the menu, we have blacks and it's perfect, but even with the perfect blacks on the menus, we see that issue on the games once you're playing them. But yeah, this is the first. So the game is not perfect. The game has shader compilation stutters, unfortunately. So the game compiles the shaders at the beginning, the first time you open the game, but I saw it on the benchmark. The first time I played the benchmark, I was seeing shader compilation stutters, and the second time it was perfect. So it's a shame, man, because this would be, I think this might be one of my favorite games ever, because I'm just a big fan of difficult games, Dark Souls. So I think I'm gonna like this game a lot. And yo man, it's such a shame that the game stutters. It sucks. But maybe in this game it's not gonna be such a big deal because you're gonna die so many times. So it is unlikely that you're going to beat the boss the first try. So yeah, you're gonna have to repeat it anyway. So the first time is going to, you're gonna die with stutters. And then you're gonna die smoothly. And you're going to go over the same sections again and again. But still man, this problem with shader compilation stutters is Unreal Engine. The majority of the developers, they have the same issue. But at least these developers, they just nailed the HDR on the PC. It is absolutely perfect. So I think on the PS5 the HDR is also good. I actually reached out to Marcus from Gaming Tech and asked him, hey, am I right? Like, did you test the PC version? He said he doesn't have the PC version, but on the PS5 it was actually very good. But we see that again and again. The PS5 HDR is perfect, and then on the PC it is not. It looks washed out. So this is a surprise. They nailed it. So can I recommend this game because of the HDR? 100%. If you want to see what a perfect HDR, how a perfect HDR looks like no settings, like nothing, just open the game. Of course you have to use the system level calibration one time in Windows 11, but you know, just do that one time and it should work for most of the games. But the thing is, you don't have to adjust the fine-tune dark areas or screen brightness or black level or force limited or turn off HDR completely and just you do SDR to HDR using the Windows 11 slider. None of that, man. It's just flawless. So I'm very, very excited to play this game. But I'm like, I know once I start playing this game, I'm gonna have to stop playing the rest of them, because this game, you have to really beat it and you have to get good at it. So especially with the controller, I'm not very good at shooting because I've been playing with controller for a year. So the rest of my gaming career I play with a mouse and keyboard. So, and it supports also, this game supports the DualSense, which I am using right now on the PC, and that is fantastic. I absolutely love the DualSense. The first time I tried was in Far Cry 6 and I was blown away with the DualSense. So I see already some haptic feedback, that, you know, quality vibration that I absolutely love. And I see that the trigger has like a different click. So I know I'm gonna like this game a lot. Unfortunately, stutters. Maybe I'm gonna wait, because I know if I start playing this game I'm not gonna play anything else. So maybe I'm gonna wait to see if they fix the stutters. And the performance is not very good either. I was trying to I was trying to get it locked 100 FPS to use black frame insertion, but it was impossible. At least on the benchmark it drops to about 80 frames with my 3080 12 gigabytes. No matter what I do, even in ultra performance DLSS, it still drops. So yeah, it is very, very demanding. So this might be another game that I might save for that future 5090 or 4090 Ti. One of these days I'm gonna be like, man, yeah, just buy it. Doesn't make any sense, but yeah, I might do it. So I saved already Hogwarts Legacy. I loved how that game looked. Absolutely amazing. Black level race, supports the system level calibration. You have to lower screen brightness 46. That's normal to me. That's what you have to do in most games. But the game looks so good, so sharp and beautiful. And this game, by the way, Returnal, has a very good DLSS. Very, very good. It looks sharp, even in performance. I am using right now balance. So let me show you the settings I decided to use after running the benchmark multiple times. So I'm using 4K, and then I am using DLSS in performance, and it looks sharp. It looks very good. I like it, and I get that that smoother frame rate. So just lower the shadow quality and then in the ambient occlusion. Of course, no ray tracing, and lower this volumetric fog to high, which I can see the downgrade. Unfortunately, I see it, that it doesn't look high res. I see it. I was noticing it over here. I see on the distance, it doesn't look very nice, but it's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's a fast-paced game, but usually this volumetric fog is very demanding. So I haven't tested the performance extensively, but yeah, I'm getting, with this settings, I'm gonna be getting 100 frames for the most part, 90 to 100 frames, and the lowest frame rate that I got on the benchmark was like 83 frames, which I don't want to get down there, but yeah, the HDR is great, and because the game stutters, I'm not going to lock the frame to 60, because this is also a difficult game, so I want to get a better input lag to play the game. So if there was no stuttering, then I might just lock to 60. But because it is a difficult game, the HDR is awesome. I'm going to enjoy the HDR instead of killing it with black frame insertion, and just use VRR to smooth out the stuttering. So I think it's a very good option to have VRR for this game. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Don't spoil the game, please. I really want to play it. I know this is more like a gameplay, but you know, if there's something about the game, don't try not to spoil anything. But yeah, it looks really good. Even with DLSS performance, I see no aliasing and it looks sharp, but still the performance is not good enough for 1080p. So DLSS performance is 1080p. This doesn't look very good. I mean, the performance is not very good. It does look good, but the performance is not. It's not very good. But yeah, the HDR is awesome. So let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions.